What if I told you the mistakes you're ashamed of today could become the greatest success story of your life tomorrow? Think about that. What if losing that job? And what if the opportunity you thought you missed was actually preparing you for something far greater? Because here's the truth. Some of the biggest companies on earth weren't built because everything went according to plan. They became billion-dollar companies because they learned how to recover when life didn't. And today, we're talking about 3 companies that prove one powerful truth. Sometimes your greatest mistakes become your greatest advantage.
Welcome back to the Coleen and Kenny Show.
If you've ever felt like you've made too many mistakes, if you've ever questioned whether you've wasted years of your life, if you've ever wondered if it's too late to start over, this episode is for you. Because mistakes don't automatically destroy dreams. Sometimes they build them.
Right.
Let's jump into our first story. Back in the 1990s, Netflix was nothing like we know today. There was no streaming, no binge watching, no are you still watching. They mailed DVDs, and I was one of their faithful customers. Yes, indeed. That was the business, and it worked. But then something happened. Technology changed, internet speeds improved, people's habits changed. Now imagine being the leadership team, right? Your current business is making money. Your customers are happy. Would you risk changing everything? Many companies wouldn't. They would stay comfortable. But Netflix chose something different. They disrupted themselves before someone else could. That decision transformed them into one of the biggest entertainment companies in the world. Here's what I love about that story. Netflix didn't wait until disaster forced them to change. They changed because they saw the future. Sometimes we stay in situations simply because they're familiar. But growth usually begins the moment comfort ends. Sometimes the hardest decision isn't walking away from failure. It's walking away from something that's merely good enough. How many people today know they're capable of more, but fear changing direction? Maybe you're listening while driving to work. Deep down, you know you're meant for something greater. But fear whispers, what if it doesn't work? Let me ask you something. What if it does? What if your next chapter is better than anything you've experienced before? Growth requires courage, and courage doesn't mean you're not afraid. It means you move anyway. Let's talk about another incredible story. Most people know Nintendo as a gaming company, but that's not how they started. Nintendo actually began in 1889 making handmade playing cards. Over the decades, the company experimented with different businesses. Some worked, some didn't. There were ventures into toys, entertainment, and other industries before video games became their defining success. Think about that. Imagine quitting because your second idea failed, or your third, or your fifth. Nintendo teaches us something powerful. Your first dream doesn't have to be your final destination. Reinvention isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Sometimes people think changing direction means they failed. No, it means they learned something. The strongest people aren't always the smartest people. They're often the most adaptable. Life changes, technology changes, the economy changes, people change. Growth requires flexibility. The people who win aren't the ones who never change. They're the ones who never stop growing. I love that because that's exactly what resilience looks like. Not perfection, progress. I think of one of the biggest lies we tell ourselves is I've invested too much time to start over. But time spent learning is never wasted. Every disappointment teaches something. Every setback builds something. Every obstacle develops something inside you that success alone never could. The person you are becoming often matters more than the achievement you're pursuing. Let's make this personal. Maybe you've made financial mistakes. Maybe you've trusted the wrong people. Maybe you've started businesses that didn't succeed. Maybe you've made parenting mistakes. Maybe you've questioned your own abilities. Can I encourage you today? Your mistake is something you experienced. It's not who you are. Too many people introduce themselves with their failures. I'm divorced. I went bankrupt. I got fired. I failed. No, those are events. They are not your identity. Your identity is determined by who you choose to become after the setback. The most successful people aren't people with perfect lives.
Right.
They're people who refuse to let one chapter become the whole story. Every sunrise reminds us that yesterday is over. Every new day gives us another opportunity to choose differently. And that's one of life's greatest gifts. You can begin again. I want everyone listening to say this out loud with me. I am not defined by my mistakes. I am defined by my courage to rise again. Every setback is preparing me for something greater. Every lesson is making me wiser. Every challenge is building my strength. I release regrets. I embrace growth. I choose faith over fear. I choose purpose over comfort. I choose progress over perfection. I believe my best days are still ahead. I will learn. I will grow. I will persevere. I will become everything I was created to be.
Turn me up. If you're still standing after everything, this one's for you. I took some losses, wore the scars with pride. Storms came heavy, still I chose to climb. They counted me out, closed every door. Now I'm walking through walls they never saw before. Fire may go, every setback gave me a stronger soul. Now every dream feels within my reach. They watch me stumble, thought I disappear. Now I'm showing up bigger every single year. I don't live in yesterday. I turn my trials into victories. No looking back, no slowing down. Watch me lift this whole thing off the ground. I can't trip, I done bounce back. Build my future right off that crack. Hands up high, heart intact. Nothing in this world can hold me back. I can't trip, I done bounce back. Every note became my soundtrack. I'm too blessed, too on track. I can't trip, I done bounce back. I done bounce back. I done new day, same vision, different position. Faith got bigger than my opposition. I stayed solid when nobody clapped. Now they asking me, how'd you make that happen? I kept working when the lights stayed off. Trusted every lesson, paid every cost. You could throw the pressure, I'll make it fuel. Turning every setback into something beautiful. Now my circle shine, my purpose clear. Everything I pray for getting closer every year. If I fall, I'm getting up. If I lose, I'm leveling up. If they doubt, I'm showing proof. I was built for this, that's the honest truth. I can't trip, I done bounce back. Built my future right off that crack. Hands up high, heart intact. Nothing in this world can hold me back. I can't trip, I done bounce back. Every note became my soundtrack. I'm too blessed, too on track. I can't trip, I done bounce back. Bounce back. Stronger, 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 stronger. Bounce back. Stronger, 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 stronger. Bounce back, stronger. Rise, only getting higher. Rise on me, fire in my soul. Every broken piece made me whole. I don't fold, I reload. I don't stop, I explode. Every chapter built another level. Every battle made me something special. I can't trip, I done bounce back. Now the whole world feeling my impact. Dreams alive, no looking back. I can't trip, I done bounce back. I done bounce back. Faith too big for setback. Born to win, that's a fact. I can't trip, I done bounce back. Watch me bounce back. look again.
This is what resilience sounds like. I can't trip, I done bounce back.
We hope today's conversation reminded you that your mistakes are not the end of your story. They're often the beginning of your greatest breakthrough. If this episode inspired you, encouraged you, or gave you a new perspective, please share it with someone who needs to hear it today. And don't forget to download this episode. Every download helps us reach more people around the world with conversations that inspire hope, resilience, purpose, and possibility. By downloading and sharing, you're helping build a community of people committed to growing through life challenges instead of giving up because of them. If you haven't already, subscribe to the show and leave us a 5-star review. Your support helps more listeners discover the Coleen and Kenny Show and join this growing community. Remember this: your past does not define your future. Your setbacks do not determine your destiny, and your mistakes do not diminish your value. Every new day is another opportunity to learn, grow, and become the person you were created to be. So keep believing, keep learning, keep growing, keep moving forward, because your greatest chapter may be the one you're about to write.